This is a trial run for my first YouTube video for my Microsoft Flight Simulator channel that I'm gonna have here. So I'm hoping I didn't just disable my ability to stop this video. Okay, I did not. That overlay is not, the GeForce Experience overlay does not show up on the screen, I don't believe. But no, I did not just eliminate my ability to stop the video. So okay, there's that. So that's good. So we'll go over here, and I'm going to tell this thing to go to the airport that I want to use for this trial run. I always fly in live traffic and live real world weather. So we're going to do that. And yes, runway 19, departure to the south. And we're going to go ahead and go. I think. Yes, we are. All right. One of the things that some users have griped about so far regarding rate, but they haven't been all that bad. They haven't been so lengthy that I would complain about it. I've really enjoyed the game so far. This is just a trial video. I'm going to try a number of different things in this video. Just to see what works, what doesn't. I really need to get my iPhone to stop defaulting to the wallet. So if anyone knows how to do that, I would love to hear it.
India 6-8 traffic Cessna Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra taking off runway 19er straight out departure.
We'll just watch this here. You can skip this little intro scene here if you want, just get behind the wheel and fly, but this is a lot of fun. These things are a lot of fun right here. This is my home airport here. Hey Siri, what is the nearest airport to Lebanon, Ohio?
The nearest one I see is Warren County Airport, Country Road. Do you want that one?
No thanks.
Looks like that's it.
That's alright, Siri, thanks. I'm just making sure you can be heard over the airplane's engine. And I'm not even sure that I can, to be honest. Like I said, you can skip this part if you want. I enjoy watching it. Sometimes I skip it, sometimes I don't. But we're going to head south here from this general aviation field west of Lebanon, Ohio. And we're going to take a little trip. Is he going to back taxi? I don't know what. Okay, no, this is right. So we're going to go down here, remove the parking brake. It's this one. Head back up, and actually, let's fill the plane up with fuel. There we go. ATC. I'm departing straight out. I'm a little late.
India 6-8 traffic Cessna Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra taking off runway 19er, departing straight out.
Okay, so all we do basically is that. In order to take off from an airport like this, a Class Delta, and as long as no one over the common channel, no other pilot over the common channel objects to what I'm doing, I just go ahead and take off. Town is west of here at 9 o'clock, or I'm sorry, it's east of here, out the left window at 9 o'clock. I don't know how to look out the window in this game, sadly.
Columbus approach Cessna Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra is type Cessna 152 2 miles south of India 6-8. Request flight following. Cessna Alpha Sierra Squawk 6626 Cessna X-Ray Golf Sierra.
All right.
X-Ray Golf Sierra radar contact 2 miles south of India 6 900 feet. Altimeter 30.00. Copy Cessna X-Ray Golf Sierra.
You don't have to interact with air traffic control in Flight Simulator. I like to when I can. Of course, flying this low to the ground, you don't have to say much to air traffic control. Even in real life, you don't have to say much to air traffic control. This is Class Golf airspace here. Class Golf airspace. Well, we may still be in Delta. I'm not sure. But here before too long, it's going to be Class Golf airspace, and Class Golf is uncontrolled. Basically do whatever you want. There's a golf course there out the left window. Not sure which one. I'm due south of Warren County Airport, basically, so whichever golf course that is. If you look out there, the dead center, 12 o'clock, we see a completely misrendered something out there. This game was released early. Okay, there, it went away. Not everything is perfect. It's not a perfect game just yet. It's going to be, but it's not one yet. There's a lot of stuff out in the world, especially when you're flying this low to the ground, that really just looks kind of funny. You know, you'll look at it and say to yourself, you know, that's not right. That doesn't look right. There's no way that hill is there. There's no way that bunch of trees looks like that in real life, and so on. Here, we'll get the airport list up here. Alright, so we got a few options. Here, I'm looking for Interstate 71. Really, I can cheat and head toward Kings Island if I want. I think that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, I missed I-71. I thought I'd fly directly over it there, due south of. There's Kings High School, I think. And Great Wolf Lodge here. Let's see, let's get this out of here. There we go. Here's I-71. Kings Island to the left, the Cincinnati Masters site to the right. As I said, I don't know how to look out the window, so. Big parking lot at Kings Island. It's more than a mile long, which is more than enough distance to take this plane off, more than enough distance to land it. There's, I think, the Western Row exit, Western Row Road over here. There's Fujitech's new location there out the right window. And we'll just see what else we can see around here. That's misrendered severely. Not sure what that's supposed to be. Over here on the left is that water tower that once said Warren County, Ohio's largest playground. I'm not sure what it says now. There that is. Over there on the right, I really don't think those cars are parked on a hill like that. I don't think that looks like that at all. There, that parking lot, that next parking lot on the right looks fine. There's the Miller Valentine building on the left here, I believe, down by Fields Erdel. Fields Erdel Road here coming up. Waterstone Plaza on the left, King's Auto Mall on the left. It's not perfect, but it's going to get better. This is a lot more crowded an area in real life than what's being shown here. There's Home Depot on the right, some restaurants. I don't know, this may just work here. I said this was going to be a trial video, but this is actually going rather well. So, this may just be alright. I always fly with the real time of day, and I fly with real world weather. Now, because this is a test video, which may get posted to YouTube anyway, I'm not sure, I'm going to ask Siri something and see if her voice can be heard. Oh, here we go. On the left, there's the track to Cincinnati Hills Christian Academy. You can see their logo in the center of the football field there. For the first time, flying high enough to actually see midfield there. Caught their logo. The school's logo. What else is nearby? Here's 275. Eastbound lanes, then the westbound lanes. Now you'll notice, I don't know if you noticed this or not, but cars on 275 were heading east on both sets of lanes. So that's a mess up. I'm gonna ask Siri something here. And make sure that her voice can be heard over the plane's engine. Hey Siri, what is the closest airport to Mason, Ohio? No thanks, Siri. Yes, Siri, it is. Neither one. Alright, we'll just see how that goes. I suspect Siri may not be able to be heard over the airplane engine. But we'll see. Actually, I don't think this is going on YouTube. I think this is just going to be a test. I love making this flight. This is no trouble at all. I think we're coming up to Kenwood here on the right, the Kenwood Town Center, Montgomery Road. That's a pretty new parking garage there on the right. I'm surprised they got that in here. Of course, that may not be that building, I'm not sure. Madeira to the left, if I'm not too much mistaken. There's the mall on the right. You see the barriers put up along the edges of the highway or the sides of the highway because there are houses right on the other side of the barriers. You can see the traffic, the automobile traffic doing some really, really odd things. That's something that's been happening ever since. I mean, that's been something that's been happening ever since the release on the 18th. That'll be fixed eventually. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to contact Lunken Field, let them know we're passing by here. We're going to request the transition to them.
Lunken Tower, Cessna Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra is type Cessna 152, 4 miles south of Kilo India Sierra Zulu. Requesting transition. Cessna Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra transition approved. Report clear of Lunken Tower airspace. Will report clear Cessna X-Ray Golf Sierra.
Alright, so in order to do that, we're going to need to get the map out. Because I won't know when I'm clear of the airspace until... Oh gosh, we're right on the edge of it. Okay, so I won't report clear until we are out of it the second time. I think we just snuck out of it there for like a second. But we dive back into it here. And I'm not going to report clear until we are out the other edge. You can see it there on the map. I can't point to it or describe it. I got too many various different things going on here. But the tower airspace that the controller was referring to there is represented by a yellow circle on that map. I mean, you can tell when the plane's inside of it versus when it's not. Oh, now we're headed... Okay, so the road took a turn that I had forgot about. Okay, so that's fine. Lunken's what's known as a Class D airfield. Not the busiest airports, not the second busiest airports, but the third busiest airports. And anytime you come within 4 nautical miles of one of those, below 2,500 feet above ground level, you have to contact the tower of the Class D, the Class Delta airport. So we did that. The game's not going to get you in trouble if you don't. You can participate with air traffic control, or you can leave it alone. I like to use it, but you don't have to interact with it at all if you don't want to in the simulator. You would in real life, obviously. Alright, so what I'm going to try to do down here, here's the Norwood area. I think represented pretty well, especially those houses there, those row houses off to the right. That's pretty much dead on what they look like. I've been down this road a number of times. I thought they represented those houses really well there. The houses were rendered very well by the system. This is a type of flying that not everyone is good at, but it's my favorite type. Low and fast in an agile two-seater. Let's see, are we clear of Delta? Yes, I actually think we are, so...
Lunken Tower Cessna X-Ray Golf Sierra is clear of the Lunken Tower airspace. Cessna X-Ray Golf Sierra, contact Lunken Tower on 118.7.
Oh great, we're in trouble. We're gonna get sent to the principal's office. Oh, okay, no, we're good, This is right.
Cincinnati approach, Cessna Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra 800 feet. Cessna Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra Cincinnati approach, continue as planned. Altimeter 30.00.
Oops.
Cincinnati approach, Cessna X-Ray Golf Sierra cancel flight following.
I didn't mean to do that.
Cessna X-Ray Golf Sierra Cincinnati approach cancellation received. Squawk 1200.
Whoops!
Frequency change approved.
Oh, this is trouble.
Cincinnati approach,
Let's
Cessna
get that
Alpha
back.
Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra is type Cessna 152, 4 miles west of Lunken. Request flight following. Cessna Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra Cincinnati approach. Squawk 0063. Squawk 0063 Cessna X-Ray Golf Sierra.
Alright.
Cessna X-ray Golf Sierra radar contact 4 miles west of Monken, 700 feet. Altimeter 30.00. Copy Cessna X-ray Golf Sierra.
Alright, so now we'll get... Oh, no, we don't have to. I find it hard to believe that we're not within the surface adjacent Bravo airspace of CVG. Really. But I'm glad we're not. So we'll just do some aerobatic tricks here above northern Kentucky. And swing back and look at the city again, and then I'm going to head up 75. Oh wow, that looks really good. That looks so good. Look at that. Very, very good. It's the first time I've seen it from this angle. You guys are seeing this with me for the first time. Very, very nice looking. There's the Roebling Bridge directly beneath us. And I'm going to bolt west on Fort Washington Way and try and intercept I-75. Fly it back to town. Back to Lebanon. Here. I have to tell you, I am surprised that they are not making me ask for a transition to the Bravo airspace. Which is the airspace nearest the busiest airports, basically. Actually, what I'd like to do is get a view of... There's a neighborhood north of Cincinnati that my heart stopped. I gasped when I saw it for the first time because of how nice it looked. How well I thought they did with it. And so I'll just let you guys see that. Alright. Now let's go back and find 75. Big important roads are represented as thin gray lines on the VFR map, so even if you didn't know exactly where 75 was, it's findable using the VFR map. And we'll just head up 75. Here. And I don't know what we might do after that. I just think this is an incredible job. Such an improvement over what we've had in the past. This is leaps and bounds better looking than any other flight simulator I've ever seen. Certainly any other flight simulator available for public purchase that I've ever seen. Yes, 74 heads northwest, 75 goes this way, so we're going to take this. We're going to take this road here. This is 75. Now, I don't know the exits or the mile markers of I-75 as well as I know the 71 mile markers, so I'm not going to be quite the smartass going up 75 as I was coming down 71. You'll notice there in the airport list in the lower left-hand corner of the screen, Cincinnati Blue Ash, second on the list. That was torn up about 6 years ago. So there's another mistake in the game. I'm not complaining, it's just an observation. Ash no longer, the airport in Blue Ash no longer exists. You can see the I-75 winding around as that gray line there, the Norwood lateral coming in from the east. There, we need to be sure to follow 75. And we will do that by taking the left fork up here. So feel free to chime in if you grew up on I-75 or know a little bit more about this area of Cincinnati than I know. I know we're probably near about shoot, Lockland or so, maybe not quite Lockland. Oh gosh, is Blue Ash one of those airports that I have to contact? Let me see. Okay, it doesn't look like it is. Alright, so we won't bother with that. I'm streaming in real-time weather reports as well. So, at least in theory, this is supposed to be what it looks like in this part of Cincinnati right now. Don't lose the road here, guy. Oh, you know what? I think I did. The Norwood lateral. Tricked me. It tricked me. I said I wasn't going to do it, but then it tricked me. It sure did. Yeah, it sure did. That was confusing. Alright, so this is 75 here. Wow, it winds around, doesn't it? Yeah, I'm not that agile in this plane. I mean, this is an airplane here where I'm flying an airplane. I'm not driving a car, you know. I can't necessarily adhere to the road if it wants to do something like that. But 75 looks really good. I like what this looks like. Alright, I think we've passed by 275. I didn't notice where this may be it. I'm not sure. The overpasses and bridges aren't all right. In this game, you'll notice some of the overpasses, some of the bridges are rendered as solid structures all the way through. So if you attempt to, say, fly under a bridge or something like that, it'll just interpret that as a crash, basically. So that's another thing that's going to need to be fixed. You can see we're gaining elevation. The ground is gaining elevation. We're climbing up the hill, and that's accurate. That's accurate. Cincinnati's in a hole. It's down by the river. Oh, there's that hotel on the right that signifies basically the E Sharonville area, Evendale. Over that way. Or gosh, what am I thinking? That area right below 275 on 75. I forget which town that is. I think it might be Evendale. Actually, that wasn't. I said we'd already passed the bypass. We have not. This is the bypass up here. Not quite rendered correctly in terms of the traffic flow. The automobile traffic flow, I don't think, is rendered perfectly there, but these are nitpicks. These are things that, you know, these are just things I'm observing. These are not complaints. This is miles and miles better than any other flight simulator I've ever seen. In fact, it's almost unbelievable what's been done here, if you want to know the truth. So now we're getting into the Westchester area, Westchester Township, Butler County. There's the IKEA on the left, rendered very well. IKEA. There's some trucks and cars off to the right, just driving out in the field. There's that Marriott on the right. This is the Union Center Boulevard area here. If you're seeing this video, there's a chance you probably know a lot of this stuff. Again, just as with Fields Erdel, there's a lot more going on in that area than what's depicted in the simulator. Hopefully a third-party dev will come through and maybe make it look a little bit more like what it actually looks like. Those are some really nice neighborhoods there on the left. I believe this is Cincinnati Dayton Road here, not 100% on it. Right up here, bears the distinct signature of Tylersville Road, rendered extremely well. There's the UC Hospital location on the right, the University of Cincinnati Hospital, satellite campus there on the right. Excellently well. A couple of water towers. I think one or the other of them says Butler County on it. Yes, I think it's this one here on the left. This is Liberty Way. Right about here. And we'll pass Lakota East High School on the left. Up here. I'm not sure how good a look we'll get at it because, like I said, I'm still struggling with the whole concept of looking out the window. There's Lakota East's baseball field there, right on the left. This whole looking out the window thing, I'm still struggling with. In previous versions of the flight simulator, it was very easy to look out the window. Not so much in this one, though. They've complicated it a little bit. Maybe overcomplicated it, some might argue. I am not sure what road that is. Maybe Kyle's Station, although I seem to feel like Kyle's Station is a little bit further up. I'm not sure what that is at all there. That bridge, that overpass. There's another clumsily rendered block, a couple of them, at 12 o'clock. Can't believe that's my internet connection, although it may be. I think that this overpass is Kyle's Station right here. If I were guessing, I would guess that that was Kyle's Station. Here's a rest area. Up here on the right and left. Yes, that's a rest area, and then the next exit is Lebanon-Monroe. And we're gonna hang a right. Yeah, it's finally rendering that stuff there at about 1 or 2 o'clock. Rendered that as trees, just your basic deciduous tree. Yeah, I need to figure out what the limiting factor here is. Okay, I recognize this. This is 63. This is Lebanon-Monroe here. So we'll start swinging to the east. And we'll just pick one here. I guess we will. Well, we're south of the field. We're south of the field, so we'll land runway 1. And we won't announce our presence just yet. We'll follow 63 here. There at about 1 o'clock, LCI. I missed Trader's World. I completely forgot about Trader's World. I'm sure it was rendered somehow. Somebody probably caught it. And yeah, here we have it. But just remarkable that you can basically fly using visual flight rules all over the world. Wherever you care to fly, you can fly. If you know what to look for, you can get where you're going. This is the first flight simulator, I think, ever in which that's been possible. I don't know that for sure. Well, we're on base right now, so.
India 6-8 traffic Cessna Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra is on base runway 1.
And we're not going to get a reply to that because this is the pilot's only advisory channel, not actually air traffic control.
India 6-8 traffic Cessna Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra is on base runway 1.
Whoop. Yes, I know. We're still moving too fast. Oh, this is very, very hot. Whoa. Sorry. That was a very, very... we'll have to... I landed so far down the runway, we're going to have to taxi to the end. In fact... Can I even link up with that taxiway? I don't know that I can. Is there a taxiway to speak of? Yeah, that was a bit of a hard landing there. Sorry, guys and girls. Yeah. Yeah, I saw it coming. I knew it was gonna be that. Oh, buddy. Watch out. Oh, crap. As one does. Alright. Yeah, these little airfields sometimes play tricks with on me. So this has been a test of the emergency broadcast system. It really has. I sure as hell hope this worked. And thank you for watching. Have a good day. Jesus, that was horrible.